Okay, good afternoon. We're going to end on a feel-good story. How's that? Some of these stories are immensely depressing, kind of misanthropic. I know this is something that we all face in trying to map the reality of the world. So I'm from this organization named after a guy who wrote a book 50 years ago, the same year that this Earthwise image came back from Apollo 8, called Operating Manual for Spaceship Earth. He actually thought that we humans were developing things that we call technologies, any technologies that we didn't invent, we ignorantly call nature. And that if we studied nature, we could understand how to actually synchronize with the cycles of our planet. He also felt that mappings, projections, had a lot to do with shaping the way that we think. He developed a particular type of map that shows undistorted land masses, for the most part. Thought that the Mercator projection was really kind of messing with our heads in terms of how we're thinking about the shape of the planet and the shape of many of the countries in the planet. Our organization, for the past 10 years, has been running a challenge kind of in the spirit of Fuller's call for humans to understand how we become a part of the regenerative cycles of the planet. We put out a call for projects to make the world work for 100% of humanity in the shortest possible time through spontaneous cooperation without ecological offense or the disadvantage of anyone. And this was the call that he put forth in something that he called the world game. He was interested how we could actually have win-win-win scenarios in terms of how it is as opposed to war games. We could be thinking about how we all get along with the planet. We're finding these projects all over the world. They're unbelievable. They're integrative. They're working with whole systems. They're doing things with epic agreements between formal rivals, understanding how humans can actually synergize with ecosystems. Too many to go through here. We're in the 10th year. It's a $100,000 prize, and we're looking now, what do we do with this database of all these projects that we've been collected? So I'm here at Geo for Good, kind of playing with some ideas around how can we better relate the nature of what these projects are within a systemic context. You're all doing incredible work mapping all these different aspects of ecosystems at various scales of space, of time, across frequencies. And these are some very real-world stories of the types of projects that are in the world. There's the URL. Feel free to jot it down. All of these are videos and short-form documentaries that are on YouTube. I made this in December. A lot of people were depressed around the time, around January, December of this year. And within a few days, we had tens of thousands of hits because it's actually demonstrating what human beings are doing in the world to systemically address a lot of the challenges that so many of you are studying. So I thank you all for your work, and I'd love to talk to any of you about how to more effectively put this into Voyager, use Studio, use some of the different tools we have to tell some of these stories, because I think we can really use some of these to counterbalance some of the horrifying things that we're doing to the planet. Thanks.